Once I realized what kind of life I actually wanted, the type of opportunity that I look for completely changed because I stopped just chasing income and I started looking for alignment. Does this align with me? So, this was the old mindset I had, right? Before, I mostly evaluated opportunities the way that most people do. How much money can I make? How fast can I grow? What's the title? What's the status? And while those things matter, I realized they weren't enough anymore because I had already started noticing something deeper. And here's the realization that I had. Every opportunity comes with a lifestyle attached to it. We talked about this before. Every single one, no matter which one you pick. And once I understood that, I started looking at opportunities differently. Not just what can this pay me, but what kind of life does this create? And to be honest with you, I didn't even know this. I didn't even realize this until like last year. I already been running this race for like 10 years now. So I realized what I no longer wanted. I knew I didn't want a lifestyle completely controlled by schedules. I knew I didn't want constant physical presence that I had to abide by. I realized that I didn't want endless office hours. I realized I didn't want no flexibility, and I definitely didn't want no ownership over my time. Because when someone else tells you what to do every single day and you can't do what you want, man, you go crazy. I don't want to spend years building something only to feel trapped by it later or even realize I was building it for another man, right? So I'm gonna tell you what started mattering. I got a very clear on what mattered to me. And all of this doesn't have to apply to you, but you need to start thinking about what matters to you. I wanted an opportunity that allowed for freedom, that allowed for autonomy, for scalability, remote work, time with my family, and peace of mind. I wanted personal growth, but I also wanted control over my own environment. That became the standard. So if this alignment isn't happening with this opportunity, it gets the boot. So here's the perspective shift, right? And honestly, this changed the way that I thought about business completely because I realized some opportunities only pay you. Others actually give life back to you over time. That's a huge difference, right? So what I started looking for is this. I started looking for opportunities built around leverage and systems over performance, right? These opportunities had to have flexibility, lead flow. That's most important. Making sure you got leads coming in, especially when you're in sales, and scalability just beyond just your normal everyday grind, not just grinding endlessly, hoping eventually life will get better. So this is the emotional state, right? I started imagining my future differently. I imagine working from home, and this is called future pacing, by the way. We'll do a sales training on that a little bit later. But I imagine working from home. I imagine being around family more, about taking care of my health again, having peace mentally. That was a big one. And building income without constantly feeling absent from my own life. So that vision came very real to me, right? And here's the truth. And look, I'm not saying that everyone wants the same thing. I told you this before. Some people love traditional structures. The lady I work with at State Farm, she said, "Man, this is my dream." I said, "What?" That's fine. Okay. But I had to be honest about what I wanted. And once I got clear on that, my decisions started changing. So here's the bigger lesson. A lot of people are searching for opportunity without first defining what they actually want in life, right? It's backwards because if you don't decide and define the life that you want first, you can accidentally build a future that you never even intended on living in. So here's what I believe now. Now I believe the best opportunities are the ones that allow you to grow financially, grow personally, and still keep your life aligned in the process. Not just survive, but actually live. So the type of opportunity I started looking for changed completely. Once I realized I wasn't just building income, I'm building a life. And that changed everything. So if your definition of opportunity has started changing too, I want you to comment the word alignment down below. Because once your vision for your life changes, the opportunities that you pursue are going to start changing too. Till next time, man, I love y'all. Peace.